Iran went back on its word. That's why the United Nations says the country is no longer welcome at an international conference on Syria.
The Secretary General is deeply disappointed by Iranian public statements today that are not at all consistent with that stated commitment. He continues to urge Iran to join the global consensus behind the Geneva communique.
Just 24 hours earlier, Secretary General Ban Ki-moon had announced Iran would support the communique, which calls for a transitional government for Syria. But Iran insisted it would not accept any preconditions, setting off a diplomatic firestorm. The U.S. acted surprised and insisted the invitation be withdrawn, while the Syrian opposition threatened to boycott the talks.
When it comes to Iran, it must be clear to everybody that any participation in Geneva II is conditional to the explicit acceptance of the mandate laid down in the invitation letter to the conference from the United Nations Secretary General.
If they are to attend, it is now vital that the Iranian government confirm publicly and clearly that they share this understanding.
Iran refused. Russia said it would be a mistake not to include them.
Among the countries also invited are Australia, Mexico, the Republic of Korea, South Africa, Japan, Brazil, India, Indonesia, and many others. So if there's no Iran in this list, then I think the peace talks will resemble a hypocrisy.
UN officials had hoped Iran would use its influence on Damascus to help bring the two sides in Syria closer to a political solution. But in the end, Ban Ki-moon was forced to acknowledge there would be no agreement if the opposition failed to show up to the talks. Kristen, Saloomey, Al Jazeera, the United Nations.